Now I welcome to the stage Democratic candidate for Connecticut State Representative Maria Horn.
Thank you all. I want to start today by just acknowledging that the tremendous moment of possibility that you are all creating by being here, and to not lose that. It is tremendous to have so many kids from so many different schools here today speaking up and making sure their voices are heard. So we honor you by being here. Students all over the country are standing up to ask questions that many of the adults around you have come to assume are just too hard, too complicated, too messy. Somebody's going to lose an election if you bring this up. You're standing up to ask questions and demand answers from people. Questions like, why is it that it's so hard to pass common sense gun reform when we know that the vast majority of the country supports it? The majority of gun owners support it. The majority of NRA members support it. Why is it so hard? And you're being heard all over the country, in part because you are students. And it's important not to lose track of that. These school shootings are sear at the heart of the country, and it's part of the reason people are paying attention. We, as parents, drop our kids off at school, and we want to think of it as a safe haven for you, a place where we encourage you to take risks, to try new things, and we understand that there are teachers and counselors there that are going to support you. This is, hearing the stories of these and hear that poem that she just recited of what it's like to live through that searing violence at a school is almost more than we can bear. So you have people's attention. So let's think about how we're going to use it, because remember that school shootings are not the only problem. As somebody before me had mentioned, we read about mass shootings in concert venues, at nightclubs, at offices, at all kinds of public venues. And also remember that the people who suffer from gun violence most are communities of color. They're not mass shootings. So it's really important that when we stand up, we carry all of those stories and all of those people with us. This country has a history of moments where we're led by young people whose work and whose voices bend that arc of justice, or that arc of history towards justice, and this is one of those moments. I am running for office, and I run into a lot of other people who are thinking of getting into politics, and I am overwhelmed by how many of them are young. And it's tremendous, and I feel great hope for the country when I see them. And so what I want to say to all of you, to the organizers, and to all of you who've come here today, that someday, when you're running for office, and you write that announcement speech, you're going to look back at this moment and you're going to say, I remember that march. I remember what it felt like to stand up and to speak my truth and to have people listen to me and pay attention and tell me that it mattered. And I want you to take that moment and make it a part of your life. Make it a habit. Do it a little bit every day. Get in the habit of noticing when something doesn't sit right with you, when it's painful or when it's hard for somebody else. Get up and do something about it. Because then when you make it a habit, other people notice. And pretty soon you turn into one of those people who know that you're going to stand up for them, and they want to stand next to you. And before you know it, you have a crowd like this, and you have some authority, and you can get something done. So I want all of you to remember that, take note of this moment. And I think when you all go on to live the lives of purpose, which I'm sure you will lead, that you'll probably look back on this moment, and there will probably be, I don't know how many of us there are today. Is there anyone counting? A lot. But I'm guessing that when you are in that position of authority that you should all claim, that there are going to be a whole lot more people who pretended they were here today with you. So let's remember that this moment can be amplified to be even more powerful than the people who are standing in front of us. So I thank you all for being here today. I want to be one of those people that you hold accountable. So I hope you do, and I hope I have that chance. I'll say the last political thing, which is I am Maria Horn. I am running for office in this district. And if any of you are interested in working on a political campaign in which this issue will be very important, please seek me out after the speeches. Thank you.